We're here at the Canyons Resort with Jonathan Cheever, the East Coast snowboarder, an international snowboarding champion, national champion. He's on his way to Europe coming up, and we wanted to get some of his thoughts on record and be able to talk about him and what he's doing here in beautiful Park City. And so, Jonathan, thanks for coming on our little show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we always love to talk about the local athletes, and you're an exceptional character and you do great stuff, so we're happy to feature you. So what's the latest with Jonathan?
I guess, the latest thing right now is trying to put a little bit of money in the bank account because I'm heading to Europe in about 3 weeks. And this Friday I'm heading back home to Boston to take care of some plumbing classes in order to keep my plumber's license. And we have the USSA skee ball in Boston too, so that's a fundraiser for my snowboard team and as well as the US ski team.
Awesome. And also the Patriots play today.
Yeah, the Patriots playing the Chargers today, and maybe more importantly, the Red Sox are playing tonight, and we got to keep that wild card spot.
That's excellent. Well, I'm gonna catch some of that too tonight. Tell us about your Europe trip. When are you heading out, and what are you gonna be doing over there?
The tentative dates right now are October 15th. At least somewhere around there. I'm probably going to be flying into Zurich, Switzerland, and meeting up with my snowboard sponsor, which is Kessler Snowboards, and I'm going to be doing some R&D. Kessler has new technology, and it's real important for my race boards to be the best ones out there, so I'm going to try those out. And after that, I'm going to be heading to Hintertux, Austria to get on a glacier and train on a snowboard cross course.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it sounds like the Finnish team's going to be out there. The American team already had their snowboard camp in June, and I was laid up because of ankle surgery. So I need to get on snow, get my bearings greased, a little earlier than everybody else, just to have that competitive edge. And there may also be a few other teams out there. The Austrian team's going to be there, and they have one of the best riders in the world, so it'll be nice to, compete against him. His name's, sorry, Max, yeah, I forgot your last name for a second, but we're going to be out there, just working on our core skills and our turning.
Amazing. How long will you be out there?
It really depends on the financial situation. Everything's tentative right now. I'm going to be guessing between 2 and 3 weeks. And by the time I get back, the resort should be open here. So
wow. So what is it like to compete with the Finnish team, these European teams over there as an American?
It's it's really fun. I'd say the whole circuit's one big family, and the Finnish guys they're really fun. My favorite part about them is they're kind of young and up and comers, and I've been in their spot before. Those kids are only 18, 19 years old. I don't want to give away too many of my secrets, but it'll be nice to kind of see what the competition's going to be like in a few years leading into the 2014 games. And against the Austrians, they have really strong guys on their team. One of their riders retired this year, and he's actually coaching the Russian board cross team. I'm not sure if he's going to be bringing any Russians out to the glacier.
Wow.
But the current rider has a world champion title under his belt, the next games medal, and a World Cup title. So he's one of the best in the world. It's going to be nice to race head to head against him. But again, he's one of the competitors I definitely don't want to give any secrets to. For my own sake, and I know my coaches won't be too happy about that either. So maybe I can pick up some things off him.
Amazing. What's it like to? Are the mountains different? What's the feel over there like compared to here?
The Alps are, I'd say it's one of my favorite regions in the world. It's completely different feel than racing in North America or South America. All the villages there are these tiny villages. They think it's big if 2,000 people live in them. And it's a way of life. People have been skiing over there. It's seems like for centuries. And if you want to get from one place to the other, at least during the winter, you take a chairlift up one side of the mountain, drop down the backside, and you're somewhere else. And in some cases, people will be speaking German on one side of the mountain, Italian on the other, or, French on the other side. So it's really cool, and the food there is awesome. But I've never been over there to ride a glacier in the fall, so we'll see how that is.
Now, explain to us, for people who don't know, is it a real glacier?
It is a real glacier, yeah. You know, we're hoping it doesn't melt someday. And I guess, yeah, I mean, we do have a small glacier here in Utah at Mount Timpanogos, but, you know, if you're going to make some turns on it, it's a few hour hike for about 5 turns. But over in Europe, they got, yeah, I don't know, they have a whole resort set up, and a lot of the European teams are training over there, and I'm sure I'll see Americans over there, whether they're skiers or, you know,
yeah,
other snowboarders.
What an incredible adventure. What's your favorite part about it?
You know, I think it's just the overall experience. You know, I love snowboarding. It's, you know, my favorite thing in the world to do. But you could snowboard anywhere. But going over to Europe, you know, meeting new people, getting a different culture, it's amazing. And my old roommate actually, she's from Austria originally, and she moved back there to learn how to make cheese. So I'm sure I'm going to see her, you know, maybe have a beer or two with her. So,
well, maybe you can send some of that cheese back over to Park City.
Yeah.
Start selling it to everybody.
Yeah.
Wow, Jonathan, that's absolutely incredible. How did this come about? How did you start training with the Europeans and whatnot?
I guess maybe I'm a social butterfly, and within my first 2 events on the World Cup tour, I probably knew more coaches and athletes than some of my teammates have been on tour for, you know, years. And I just got in contact with some of their athletes, some of their coaches, and said, hey, I need to get on snow. When are you guys training? And, you know, they kind of welcomed me with open arms. I think, one, because, you know, we get along, but 2, I'd like to think my riding's strong, and they do as well. So, you know, they always want to train against one of the best athletes, and, you know, I do too. So kind of, we both mutually benefit with that.
What do you do? You know, you're traveling solo, right?
Yes.
What do you do in the evenings when you know, all the training's done? How do you spend time over there?
I've never really trained with a foreign team, you know, before the season starts. So I guess we'll find out. But right now, my plans are to just find a weight room to keep on my off snow training programs to make sure I'm strong. I'm gonna, you know, peak in December and carry that throughout the season. So that's the tentative plans right now. But, you know, who knows? We'll see what adventures I get myself into.
Would you let us know what's happening here in Park City that's pretty interesting for your team and everything?
I guess the snowboard cross team just got into town right now.
Okay.
And it's nice to train with the guys on my team.
Yeah.
I'd like to think, you know, my athleticism is a little stronger than theirs at the moment. not to talk trash, but I have to. But yeah, those guys just got in town. It's good to see them every day at the gym and kind of know where we all stand. And it makes that team unity come together before the season starts, which I think is key. Even though it is an individual sport, we do train together, we do push each other, and that's really important.
As a snowboarder, how do you train without snow?
There's a common misperception where, you know, we need to be on snow sliding sideways in order to practice, but the reality of the situation is we need to be athletes. The sport's been progressing so much where, you know, I want to be able to fall and get up. I don't want to be injured, so I need to be strong. On top of that, my sport's real explosive. I'm pulling out of the gate as hard as I can, pumping rolls as fast as I can, and occasionally I'm landing flat or missing my landings, and I need to have a strong core and strong legs in order to just be faster than everybody else. So I'm in the gym 4 or 5 days a week, and, you know, that's the reality of it. Just need to be strong. And
that's the Center of Excellence, right?
Yeah. In May of 2009, the USSA, they opened the Center of Excellence, which is, the camera can't see it, but it's about 2 miles behind us. And yeah, it's an 85,000 square foot facility. We got, you know, a weight room in there, you know, kind of cutting edge stuff, really. We even have a skate park too, so
wow,
you know, I'll have to check it out sometime.
You know, coming from the East Coast and being born in Boston, how did you get into snowboarding?
I got into snowboarding because my parents had the opportunity to give me free snowboard lessons through some gas station promotion when I was 13 years old. And, you know, once I jumped on a snowboard, I never turned back. You know, I always loved baseball and hockey, but once I was on a snowboard, that was kind of in the back burner. Granted, I didn't have the opportunity to train and compete against many of my peers who went to high school where snowboarding was part of the curriculum, but I did have some success. When I was 14, I ended up placing third nationals, and I got invited to the Junior World Championships in New Zealand. I had, an okay time down there as far as the competition goes, but the experience was that of a lifetime. And from there, it didn't really occur to me to chase the dream of becoming a professional snowboarder until my first year in college. I talked to my parents and I was like, hey, I want to move out to Park City and give the snowboarding thing a try. Within my first year out here, I made the U.S. snowboard team, and I guess the rest is history.
What's your favorite part about being a snowboarder?
I guess the kind of a broad question. My favorite part of snowboarding is frontside slashes and pow. People that know what that is, they'll definitely be able to relate. But I've met people from all around the world that they'll be lifelong friends, and I think I've lived, I guess, more lives than most people that are 100 years old have lived. Only being 26, I've been to 17 countries. I've seen a lot of things that I know a ton of people will never get to see, so I'm very grateful for that.
How's your dog, Samson?
Sam's doing awesome. The weather's cooling down, so we can go hiking a little earlier in the day than we were in the past, and that's about it with Sam right now.
Well, is there anything else you'd like the Park City to know about Jonathan Cheever and his quest for gold?
I guess just keep an eye out. There's a few projects that I'm working on with Nate here, and that'd be East Coast Snowboarder. Keep an eye out for some apparel coming out within the next few weeks. And that's it. We will have nationals here at Cannons Resort in January or February. I actually think the date's going to be the weekend of February 12th, so I know it's a heads up for the viewers out there, but please come by.
Excellent. And are you heading out to the concert tonight, Keller Williams?
I may. I don't know. That my brother really liked Keller Williams. I'm not sure if I'm into the jam band type of music, but we'll see how the night goes. I might be watching the Red Sox instead.
Well, you heard it live here, folks. This is Park City Daily, our new series called Competition, and we feature local Park City athletes and all the great stuff that they're doing, the incredible work, all the training that they do, so that they can compete on a worldwide, on an international level. And we're happy here to feature Jonathan, and he's a great guy. He's doing great stuff. So check him out, East Coast Snowboard on Facebook, and we'll be having his website come up shortly. But thank you for tuning in.